I come from a city, you hear signs when we sleep. Heaven sent, hands down, vibes so unique. They ain't play their part, so my part is play for keeps. Wide-eyed kid, but I never saw that.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in to Locked, Loaded, and Goated. We are live. We are having an issue on the purple. For some reason, it is not wanting to show up. But we're live everywhere else right now. So if you can't see us, come over to YouTube. Come over to any of the other ones while we try to work on this. Like I said, technical difficulties, they do happen. So with that said, welcome everybody, and we're going to get the show started. We're going to start out with week 3 thoughts. We've learned a little bit, got a little bit of knowledge. And what we want to do is try to find out what these guys have learned and kind of who they believe in, who's a pretender, who's a contender. Jordan, we're going to start with you.
I can tell you what I've learned. Clemson is absolutely awful. I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt. If we could redo our conference championship picks right now, I would change in a heartbeat. But losing one's not going to be so bad, I guess. But that's what I learned in week 3. Clemson is absolutely dog water.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what's going on with the purple, but we will continue to try to figure that out as we go along. Riddle, what'd you learn from week 3?
Well, I learned that no team is head and shoulders above the rest. Georgia and Tennessee is the early leader for game of the year. 2025 is setting up for an epic season, and no love for the group of 5 in the polls.
No love.
Hey, speaking of that game, Jeff, that did like 12.6 million views. It was the highest viewed game of the year so far. Like one of the top 10 all time, I think.
Yeah, rightfully so. That was an epic game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, instant classic.
Yeah. So, Tony, what do you have? Anything you learned from week 3? Like maybe how Vanderbilt is your daddy?
Nope. Still haven't. They haven't played anyone yet. But one thing besides, who is it? Jordan mentioned Clemson. So hell, I'm going to mention UT Junior, the not real UT. You know, right now, hell, even their playoff hopes might be somewhat questionable because we'll see what happens down the road in their schedule. You know, obviously there's a big issue right now. Quarterback play, that's kind of important in football these days. It's just there's no production there. And besides all of that, UT Junior being insufferable to watch, learned that the ball still run Tennessee and Joey Aguilar's in.
Oh, yeah. Diego Pavia begs to differ. He begs to differ.
No more slander. And Diego Pavia about to lose by 28 at least come Neyland.
28 at least, by God. Okay. Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. So we're gonna dive into some of this stuff. But what we do want to know is what's Riddle's riddle.
All right. Well, first I'm just going to cover the standings here. So Big Hunt is in the lead with 4 points. Troy Dees and Alex Davis have 3 points. Kippy, Alabama Hater, and Thriller all have 2 points. So this week's question says the AP poll was created in 1936. Only 6 times has a team started 0-2 and still been ranked inside the AP poll. Not counting Notre Dame's most recent inclusion to this list, who was the last team to start a season 0-2 and still be ranked in the AP poll?
That is a good question, and I cannot wait to see how people respond with that. Okay. Yeah, if you haven't already liked Jordan, that guy Jordan, that fucking stud, he said, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Let's give a follow. Let's get this thing built up. So Riddle, go ahead and pin that comment. Last team to start 0-2 and still be ranked. Last team. And this is in honor of Notre Dame's new goals they've set there for the season. Because somehow
that's a standard.
They always have, always will. So, but this brings up good points, because what we want to talk about to start the show is coach firings at Virginia Tech and UCLA have started the domino effect. So First thing we're going to do is we're going to get our opinions on those two guys and who we think could replace them. Then we will have a 2-part question and we'll go to the next section. But first things first, Riddle, we'll start with you. Opinions on the firings, too soon, too early, or right on time, and who do they go after?
I'm never one to think that a coach needs a quick firing. I think repeatedly starting over, we saw that at Tennessee. It's an endless cycle, and you just stay in mediocrity. I think a coach has to be able to get his system in place, get the players to fit his system to be successful. I wish it was that way, but in the day and age that we're in, you have to have a coach in there that the kids can buy into, that the kids want to come play for. So I get why there's the quick hooks. Deshaun Foster was 5-10 in his year and 3 games there. He won those 5 games by a total of 23 points. He could have very easily been 0-15. So not surprised that he got fired. I mean, that's his alma mater. I figured they would have gave him a little bit longer. But when you let a guy like Joey Aguilar go to Tennessee because you want to bring in Nico, that's a fireable offense from what we've seen. Brent Pry, he was 16-24. Like, his biggest blunder was he was 2-2 against Old Dominion. If you are a Power 4 team, that's not going to cut it anywhere. I don't care where you are. If you're a Power 4 team, you can't lose twice to Old Dominion.
Especially them being an in-state school. I'd be like,
absolutely.
I'd be like, you losing to MTSU twice.
He was also 0-2 against Vanderbilt, and 10-13 in the ACC. Virginia Tech used to be a national power, and they have fell on hard times. But so I'm not surprised with the firing there. I think they have their eyes on somebody that used to play there and run wild there. He's gotten his feet wet at Norfolk State. We would bring the fans in.
We have one right answer on the purple, and I believe it came in first.
Yep.
So, and then we have another. Anyway, just yeah. So
I mean, it'll bring the fans back, Jeff, but will it bring wins?
That's a good question.
Yep. Will it bring wins?
But it could bring in those recruits too. And if you, like I said, if you give him time to build, get coaches in there that can help him be successful, he gets the players in there to be successful. The fans are going to come. The revenue is going to come. I think it's at this point, what more do you have to lose?
So you're suggesting
he'll have them dogs.
You suggest no shit. You're suggesting somebody clip that. Somebody clip that. So you're suggesting essentially do the Coach Prime effect, pretty much.
Pretty much.
This is the blueprint, and it worked.
Yeah,
it worked. Regardless of whether. Jordan, regardless of what they do this year, you have to admit they were competing for the Big 12 title last year, and they had 2 top 3 picks. I mean, that's who would have thought we would ever said that.
Kias is on the purple over there. He gave a right answer too. I'm gonna have to figure out who got it in first, but he's dealing with the technical difficulties. Kias, if you want to come on over to the tube or the talk.
That is D's. I keep it real.
Yeah, Kias. Let me see if I can send you the link to the YouTube. For some reason we're struggling over here, and I don't know why. Let me see here. Whisper. But anyway, all right, Tony, we'll start next with you. Who you got, brother? Who you got? What are you thinking?
Well, one hot name, possibly at the end of the season, or hell, even before the season, who knows? John Summerall, Tulane. Now, I'm not saying he'd want to go to either of these schools. I mean, let's face it. Va Tech, UCLA. I mean, I guess that's a step up from Tulane somewhat, but still, I mean, you'd be competing with some, well, ACC, Clemson. But, UCLA still being a Big Ten, that'd be pretty hard to recruit out there. Like I said, fans, I don't care. You can bring in whoever. You can bring in the biggest, hell, bring in Troy Aikman, coach. They don't give a shit. They're still not showing up. They don't care. I just feel like this is going to be a trend with coaching firings going forward in college football. And the reason why, because the stakes are higher than they ever before. You know, at one
like
time,
this.
these two programs, where you had coaches firings now, they were considered a place to go and a place to play. But do people really want to coach there? I mean, hell, they literally had Deshaun Foster as the head coach. I mean, the guy, and I watched these games at Pettiness, and he literally doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Like,
No.
game management, when these timeouts and just weird shit. I don't know. Hey, I was all for it.
His honesty.
But how can you be
all
that
for it.
bad though? How can you be that bad? Honest to God, how can you be that bad? And you played football at that level for so long.
You see it all the time, though. I mean, you see players, former players that get a gig. They're not cut out for it. Now, maybe they're great at being an assistant or a position coach or something, but a lot of times it just doesn't work. You see it in any sport, or hell, like you can see a good defensive coordinator get a head coach job. He sucks at it and goes back somewhere else, gets another DC job. He's awesome again. Some people just can't do it. They just can't do the X and O's.
That's why the Jimmy Joes.
And also both of them do deserve to be fired. I don't care because, I mean, your programs suck. And then you got one guy who chose
Thank you for following.
Nico Amaliva over Joe Aguilar. So that's kind of a bad look.
So a couple things. Joe Shelton says, "Hi, ladies. The Vols still suck." Thank you for following Cold as Ice. Thank you for following. Cold as Ice says, I don't want to. He says Morton for Heisman. Red Raiders, Big 12 champs. Book it. Hey man, they were my dark horse, and they're looking better and better. And we all thought it was going to be wide open. I mean, I think but I think him winning the Heisman, it all starts this weekend, buddy. Because you're gonna beat the team that's trying to compete with it for him. So that'll be a big game, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. So, Jordan, have you given your opinion on this yet? I don't think you have.
No, I mean, Foster, no surprise. Second year, he started 0-3. A really bad 0-3. When you get blew out by New Mexico. But let's be honest, he didn't. I mean, he was kind of gifted that position when Chip Kelly bounced. It was just kind of a gap guy to see. Maybe they catch lightning in a bottle. They didn't, so they'll move on further. For as far as the Virginia Tech job with Brent Fry, I mean, that program has just absolutely imploded upon itself. I mean, that's not even the top program in the state anymore, and that used to never be a question. I think either job is going to have to have a coach. I'm not going to pretend to throw any names out that I think will take the job, but you have to have a guy with a lot of hubris to believe he can build chicken salad out of chicken shit, because that's where those programs are right now. They're atrocious.
Yeah, Jordan, I agree, man. And just so everybody knows, I don't know what's going on. It may be bad connection. It may be something, but D said I was distorted on the phone, and I can see it. I don't know why. YouTube looks crystal clear, guys. I don't know what to say. YouTube looks crystal clear. Whatever issues we're having it on Twitch and TikTok tonight, and I don't know what to say. So we'll continue to try to mess with this, and hopefully it'll get better. We're going to keep going, though, because we don't want to mess up the audio for the podcast. So, but okay. So with that said, my opinion, Riddle, I kind of agree. If you have no options, unless you have a sure thing hire that you can go out and get, and I know you've already been putting your feelers out. No one makes this fire at this point without having at least an idea of who they want. Right. If you don't get your number one or two guys, I think you do go after somebody who could bring excitement to the program, Jordan. Maybe just a stepping stone to make the job that more appealing for the next guy. I don't know. Colorado, when Dion took over, was an absolute dumpster. Nobody would take it. And they took a guy from, an FCS school and said, here you go. And look what he did.
Daniel.
I don't think Beamer has
a major step down. You're right. He could name his prize, but that'd be. I mean, that's a major downgrade for him.
He could, and I understand the whole legacy with his father. The problem with that is, and this is just being absolute honest, Virginia Tech does not have SEC money. They don't. No. Unless he knows something like in the background that Virginia Tech's going to become an SEC school, which if he knew that, that'd be like, damn good move. But
I told y'all it's a possibility.
it is a possibility. But
I was in a group chat, but yeah, I told you on a group chat it's a possibility.
yeah,
Cody
I mean,
Joe, I just want to answer him real quick. We talked about Golish last week and the week before. I think he will be a Power 4 coach sooner rather than later.
Yeah, his name will be on top of everybody's board.
Yeah.
all right. So Kia says YouTube is very delayed. I'll just listen. Like delayed as in I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I just know that shoot. Let me just okay. So let me get on to the next. So part 2 of the question, and I'll try to play with this while we are kind of messing around, but part 2 of the question is, who is the next guy on the hot seat? So I want you to pick 2. And I don't want one of them to be Sunbelt Billy.
Oh, we know
So
he's on
that's
the
a
hot seat.
given. That's a given. That's a given. So pick me 2 more if you can, and let's see what happens.
Sam Pittman.
I was going to say Pittman.
Pittman, okay.
He's the top one. I don't think, and me and Jordan talked about this a little bit last week. I don't think there's an avenue for him to even play into keeping his job. And I hate that for him because I like Pittman. I think Pittman's a good coach, but just with what they have, it's Taylor Green or bust with them. So I just, with the season, I think that they're going to, hey, they've played better so far this year than they did last year. They close with Ole Miss. I still don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they give him some more time, but I would put Pittman on there for sure.
Okay. Here's what I need everybody to do. I need everybody to stop. We're going to end the stream and start right back. I think I figured out what's wrong. I just want to make sure this fixes it because I don't want to have bad video and not be able to do all the things we want to do. So give me 2 seconds. TikTok will not end. Everybody on TikTok, you're safe. TikTok is safe.